What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we're going to shine some light on this subject here. Oh, we are going to be talking none other than basically BT-23, my top 10 card pick, actually. You're going to be surprised with some of my picks. Maybe you might have different picks of what you think are the 10 best cards in the set. But without further ado, let's dive in the video and talk about it. So first off, we have King Drazel himself. I think because of what was restricted, Purge of the Royal Knights, this card basically substitutes this in because again, it does the same thing, but it goes underneath, you know, your King Drazel. So this now ticks up the clock. And again, for a cost of 3 to tuck it, it's not bad. And even in just hard playing it, it's a 9,000 DP body, but when any of your Digimon with Royal Knights CS traits are played, by spending this Digimon, play one Digimon. That played Digimon gets rush, raid, reboot, blocker until the end of the opponent's turn. This gives it basically all your Digimon gain some sort of way of attacking the turn they come in. And that's huge. Yes, it comes in a little bit later, probably what? Turn 1. If you put this under turn 1, this puts you at 3. Turn 2 for you would bring you to 4. Turn 5, turn 3 would have all the eggs at that point. I would say probably turn 4, turn 5, this thing comes out for free, by the way. So that's not bad. You know, being able to get a 9,000 DP body out that's just going to be able to combo off. Yes, you lose a little bit of resource, but who cares when Royal Knights are doing what the Royal Knights do? And gaining an ability like this gives it the power the deck kind of just needed to interact on the moment stuff comes in. A lot of decks are like this. Dark Knightmon needs something like this. Just be able to attack the turn it comes in is super clutch, especially for decks that are just being a tad bit slow, and interactive is huge. Yes, Royal Knights have the ability because they're coming in with really strong on plays that kind of just answer threats. Why would you need to give it rush and be able to attack the same turn? It's another option and layer into the game, so I think it's pretty cool that way. Now, we do have Comet Hammer. This card, and probably with all the other cards of being retrains of the original, you know, removal spells that we kind of got used to, right? You know, we had 8 costs and 7 costs just to do the similar thing, but at least now it is a delay option that can be used multiple times. I think the delay options that this CS based are really strong, which can help CS move into the tier that it needs to be. Because again, a lot of the times CS is slowed down in some circumstances, but I really do like where it's going. You know, main Digivolve 4 of one of your opponent's Digimon, then place this into battle area, and then when one of your CS traded Digimon attacks, delay Digivolve 4 on one of your opponent's Digimon. Being able to do this twice makes this card really strong. And being a 5 cost is never terrible. And the fact that it has that Digivolution and security makes it even more of a scary threat. So yeah, I think this card has a place in the top 10. If not, the other ones have a place here just because of how powerful that interaction is. Being able to use an option more than once is beneficial, and hopefully this will lead players into using them because a 5 cost option is really strong. Now, Dynasmon, to be honest with you, there hasn't been really a good Dynasmon. This card took that statement, laughed at it, and lit it on fire. This card has barrier on play when Digivolving by trashing the top security card. All your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6,000 DP for the turn. All turns when your opponent's security stack is removed from this card, gain security stack 1 until the end of turn, and then if you are 3 or fewer security, recovery 1. This is great because again, Dynasmon's biggest weakness was getting at 3 and then not doing much afterwards, and then this dying. This card interacts and just keeps a small blanket. Minus 6,000 DP is nothing to scoff at. Even just generalization, Dynasmon coming in on against your opponent that's playing, you know, weird things in Royal Knights against Royal Knights like Psychmon and stuff like that. You're going to be able to prevent them from having that board established. But again, at the end of the day, it's what you want to build. But Dynasmon answered the prayers for Dynast decks. Combination with Dynast X, I think this card has a lot of potential, and especially because this is just a rare, it shows the power that it has. Now, we do have Greymon and Guru. They're kind of one and the same because they're doing the same exact god dang thing. So their purpose in life is to play the opposite or Nokia onto the field for a reduced cost of 2. So being able to de-digivolve it to set up everything you want, this card is really strong for doing so. And it also has, you know, either or, it's got jamming and raid, with, again, it's not bad. You want to see cards have some benefit, right? So as long as you have these cards out, they're going to be played in the Omni deck long term because the CS version is just showing to be very powerful. Just being able to de-digivolve, get back into Rookie so you can just warp again and set yourself up. And again, playing your respected other one means that you get into Omni very much a lot cleaner, especially because then you can hide and raising and come up. Now, Takumi Abai. So one of the biggest problems that CS always had was the protection issue. This card fixes that. So again, just when any of your Digimon with CS traits would leave the battle area, by spending this tamer, trash 2 same level Digimon of one of your CS traits Digimon, Digivolution cards, they don't leave. So this card helped in the correspondence of, let's even just take a look at, you know, last set BT-23. So we gained a lot of CS tamers, and then we had Amy, you know, when, you know, any of your Digimon digivolve into the same with a CS, if it has a Digivolution card with the same level as the Digimon, by spending this tamer, that Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon with CS traits from your hand without paying its cost. So again, with Amy and Takumi Abai, means that I think the alpha deck could, CS alpha deck could have some great legs to stand on now, just because you put Jessamon on top end, or even just Dynasmon on the top end plus Alphamon, you have now a very scary duo. And I love that the Abai's really help the deck out in a way that, you know, gives the protection, and this one lets you do the shenanigans. So basically they locked it to the tamers themselves of what you need. 2 separate tamers, by the way, to complete the whole trifectas of certain aspects of, you know, when you walk into facing against Galaxy. You know, you have Takumi giving that protection, which will help your deck out tenfold. And you have Amy just being able to give that free Digievolution, which can help out a lot. So I think with Takumi, this card becomes a great addition and gives the deck what it needs to actually be a little bit more competitive. Again, multiple protections is very important for some decks just to be able to survive those onslaughts. Now, we do have Dualahamon. This card is pretty nutty for what we're walking into. It's got Piercing, Security Attack 1, and Execute. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the highest level. If in fact didn't delete, this Digimon gains plus 5,000 DP. A 19,000 DP beat stick is really good. And then having the on deletion, you may play a level 6 or lower Digimon card with ghost traits from your trash without paying its cost. Really solid at the end of the day. I think being able to get those, you know, when Dualahan dies by even just its own effect, means that you're getting your level 6 back on the board, and now your opponent has to time things because those on plays of your level 6 ghosties is really strong. So yeah, I want to see what the end result will happen here. Now, next one, we do have Mastemon. So Barrier, Partition, Angelwomon, Lady Devi, which is really strong for the deck. This card becomes like a 3 of in the Mastes. When digivolving, if you play a level 5 or lower purple or yellow card from your hand or trash without paying its cost, then this Digimon, if this Digimon stack has 2 or more same level cards, trash the top cards of both players' security stacks so that they have 3 cards left. And then all turns, when security stacks are removed, you may place 1 Digimon as the bottom security. So this can lead to being something scary, especially well timed on a Masty play, because again, you're going to be trashing that first security. It'll keep pinging down, but after that first one, you can tuck the thing at the bottom, and then you can trash another one, so you know that the threat is removed. So Mastemon answers a lot of what Maste has been trying to do, and that is to get off the ace. now the ace is probably at a 1 of in the list while you play 3 of this and 3 of the promo. So again, Mastape showing its fangs and being able to play this extremely good deck. And again, strong pilots with Mastape will shine very brightly. Now we do have Digimon. So this card is making in the tops, right? So this card has Alliance. On play, when Digivolving, you may play 1 5 cost or lower CS trait from your hand without paying its cost. Then you may play then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP for each Digimon traded Digimon. So we're not really caring about the hoodie traits, to be honest with you. It's the fact that you get to play a 5 cost lower CS trait card from your hand. So this leads into a combo shenanigans that you'll just be able to spam with Digimon, because this is where the OTK comes from, is being able to have, as long as you have one Chotsu Imami in your field, on your field, Digimon's just going to be able to combo off, because again, it'll always fuel that OTK potential, because as long as you have a level 4, you know, to be played, you can just Joggers into Shokotomon and then Digivolve it back into Digimon, do the whole thing again, and this is where the multiple alliance damage is dealt. And again, this is just really powerful. There are lists that are going for a more control base with Venusmon, which I don't blame them. That's a very smart choice. So again, it's up to you how you want to build your deck, but Hoodie has like a control version versus their OTK potential. So both versions are very valid and very powerful. Now we do have Jessamon making top 2. So it's got Rush and Alliance, and being able to play the Aetho Ray Pour token or from hand or trash. You can play one Sisteron in its name without paying its cost. The effect, you can't play cards with the same name as any of your Digimon. But again, the token's got Reboot, Blocker, Decoy, Red, Black. And all turns when any of your other Digimon are played, this Digimon may attack. So it can attack as long as it's standing up. If it's suspended, you're not going to be able to deal damage, but that's fine. Jessamon has been waiting for really great support, and this is really great support in generalization. Just because it's got Rush and Alliance means it can do its things from the start, and Alliance is just kind of that backbone thing now that all decks need to get that extra damage in. So it's really good to see Jessamon do what it's doing really well. Now we do have Examon. Examon's making my list because this one I think is such a game changer and lets finally Examon be super competitive into the format, because again, all the support it's gotten up till now been good. It's been bridging the gap pretty cleanly, but Examon Ace holds very little candle to this thing. This card has Piercing, Security Attack 1. On play, when Digivolving, suspend 5 of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. None of your opponent's Digimon can unsuspend in their next unsuspend phase. Then this Digimon may attack. And then when any of your opponent's security stack is removed from trash one of their options in the battle area, then delete one of their suspended Digimon or Tamers. Giving the options to delete a option, a Tamer, or a Digimon after deleting the option is huge. This changes a lot of things, because again, a lot of players hate certain matchups and swinging into the whoops, I hit them into their, you know, third mental training this time, and now they're comboing off. You know, a lot of players hate that synergy, and now with at least Examon being there, it can pop one of the options that are on the board and just go to town from there, which is super important, right? So I definitely think Examon is one of my favorite picks. What do you guys think? What is your top 10? Let me know down in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.